There's a group of about 150 folks who call Minnesota their home. Like ghosts from the past, they make their presence known by taking you back in time to Northfield, Minnesota, 1876. You'll be riding into town with Jesse James and the younger boys, having Northfield's money on their mind.
Get out of there!
The Old West Society of Minnesota is one of the largest and best-equipped groups of its kind in the nation, reenacting many historical events of the 1800s for thousands of people every year.
Hey, doctor and Anita, just let him bleed. We're gonna hang him tomorrow. He ain't gonna get me till tomorrow.
Maybe you'll witness a Wells Fargo holdup, where the outlaws end up on the wrong end of the gun.
I thought you to get on transport.
Or, by chance, you'll brush elbows with Wild Bill Hickok, Wyatt Earp, Buffalo Bill Cody, or Doc Holliday.
First of all, this is our hobby. We enjoy doing this anytime we can. It's very interesting to the spectators because we are reenacting living history. We're trying to keep the spirit of the Old West alive in the frontier.
It's all done to preserve a little piece of history. Wild cowboys, pretty ladies, lawmen, guns for hire, and all the characters in small-town America back in time.
This safe came up the river in 1850. It was from the Hawes Safe and Lock Company, and it originally belonged to Mr. Strunk & Sons, who owned the old drugstore there in Shakopee. This safe weighs over 3,500 pounds, and it's guaranteed to be burglar-proof and fire-resistant. It has 2 sets of doors, and each set has a lock on it. So you know your money is going to be very secure here. In fact, it's guaranteed to be burglar-proof and fire-resistant. We have 3 lock boxes here that you can rent. Plus, we put our change in this portion of the safe. Not only do we keep the money in here, we also keep the ledgers. So this is a very crucial part of the town. If it wasn't for the bank, the town probably wouldn't be here.
Authenticity is the key to everything, from clothing and accoutrements to etiquette of the life on the frontier. The public gets a close look at what it was like in a time without computers and cell phones, automobiles, and cash machines.
Just walking down the street and they fall in love with this and they become members. One of our members is 5.5 years old. He came here 2 years ago and was throwing ropes. He started participating in the Wild West show, and he's part of our Wild West show every weekend.
Young Travis. He's done this a few times, I reckon. A real cute whippersnapper, ain't he? He got it mastered, all right. Must have learned from this fellow, I figure. Anything and everything that happened in the Old West back then, you'll get a chance to see. It all comes to life through the members of the Old West Society of Minnesota. You can even take in a fashion show from the 1880s. thanks to the Old West Society of Minnesota, you can get educated on everything from the G Company of the 7th Cavalry.
When our laundress here is busy washing shirts, she is actually a civilian, and she's more or less a contractor. She gets 50 cents a month from the enlisted people to wash their clothing, and she gets $2.50 a month from the officers to wash and take care of their clothing. And by doing that for the company, she's probably going to make $25 or $30 a month, which is as much as 3 privates.
To Wyatt Earp and the OK Corral, they have them all.
Well, the OK Corral is the Clantons against Wyatt Earp. And of course, Wyatt Earp is the hero in this one. The Clantons either all get killed, or Ike himself, who I play, he runs away and gets caught later, and a couple of years later after the gunfight at the OK Corral happens.
Well, we try to show how it really was, and we explain to the kids that this is reenactment. We don't, we talk about guns as we're using them in a safe manner, and that this is just a show, and that we're just depicting how it was back in the 1800s, and it's just fun, and the kids get a kick out of it, learn a little history.
And learn a little history you will, all thanks to the Old West Society of Minnesota, coming soon to a small town